Welcome to video 2 of a complete T-SQL course built specifically for business professionals. In this video, we are setting up the environment you'll need to write and run T-SQL queries. Let's get into it. There are 3 components and each one has a distinct job. SQL Server Express is the database engine. It is a software that stores data, manages it, and responds to queries. It's Microsoft's free version of SQL Server and has everything we need for this course. SSMS or SQL Server Management Studio is the interface you use to talk to SQL Server. It's where you write queries, run them, and see your results. It's also free, also from Microsoft, and the industry standard tool for working with SQL Server. AdventureWorks is the sample database we'll use throughout this course. It's a fictional bicycle manufacturer built by Microsoft as a realistic example of how business data is structured. We'll download it as a .bag file and restore it into SQL Server Express. So, SQL Server Express is the engine, SSMS is the interface, and AdventureWorks is the data. If you're used to Excel, think of it this way. Excel is all 3 in one. It stores your data, it's the interface you work in, and it runs the calculations. With SQL Server, those 3 layers are separate, which is what makes it capable of handling data at scale Excel simply can't. And we'll install them in that order. Let's start with SQL Server Express. Go to your browser and search for SQL Server Express download. The first result should take you to the official Microsoft page. Scroll down past the paid versions until you see SQL Server Express. It's listed as free. Click the download button. Run the installer. You'll be offered 3 options: basic, custom, and download media. Choose basic as that's all we need. Accept and just continue through the install. It'll take about 5 minutes. One thing to note when it completes, SQL Server Express installs a named instance called SQL Server Express, and the installer will confirm this on the summary screen. Make a note of it or just remember it, because when you connect an SSMS, you'll need to reference it. And once the installation finishes, a restart is sometimes required before SSMS can connect successfully. If you hit a connection error in the next step, a restart is the first thing to try. We can click here to install SSMS, but we'll close and install it independently. Next, search for SSMS download or SQL Server Management Studio download. Go to the Microsoft page. The URL will always direct us to the latest stable release. Download the installer and run it. We'll accept the default selection and click install. While it's downloading, a quick note: SSMS updates reasonably often, so if you're returning to this course after a while, it's worth checking that page again and downloading the latest version. The interface stays consistent between versions, so nothing in this course will look different. And once this is done, we'll be able to search for it in a start menu. So let's launch it from there. Open. When SSMS opens for the first time, it may ask you to sign in with a Microsoft or GitHub account. Click skip and add accounts later. You don't need an account for anything we're doing in this course. Now we see a connect to server dialog. This is where you tell SSMS which database engine to connect to. In the server name field, type // and the name of the SQL Server instance. I'm just going to copy it directly. This dot is the shorthand for this machine. We can also type localhost / SQL Server Express. Both will work identically, and the backslash between them is important. It's how SQL Server separates the machine name from the instance name. Go back to dot. Leave authentication set to Windows authentication. This uses your Windows login automatically, so no need for separate username or password. One more thing before you connect: tick the Trust Server Certificate checkbox. Newer versions of SSMS have encryption set to mandatory by default, and without this ticked, you may get a connection error on a local install. Click Connect. The Object Explorer opens on the left. You'll see the server listed at the top, and underneath it is a databases folder. Expand it. We can see a handful of system databases: master, model, MSDB, TempDB. Those are all SQL Server's internal databases. Leave them alone for now. Our AdventureWorks database will appear once we restore it in the next step. But before we connect, a quick note on the interface. If your color theme out here is different and you want to change it to match mine, you can go to Tools, Options, under Environment, click on Visual Experience and choose the color theme. My color theme is Cool Breeze. Another theme to choose could be Dark. This looks pretty nice, but for the sake of presenting this on the video, I'll revert back to Cool Breeze. I'm going to change my font size for the purpose of these video tutorials. So I'll come to Fonts and Colors and increase the font size to 16, but you don't need to do this. Okay. Now we need the data. Search for AdventureWorks GitHub and go to the Microsoft Learn page. Scroll down. You'll see a table listing several variants. You can ignore the data warehouse and lightweight versions. We want the OLTP version, which is in the first column. Download the latest one, which is the 2025 version. Let's go back to SSMS. Right click on the databases folder in the Object Explorer. Click Restore Database. In the dialog that opens, you'll see the source section at the top with two options, database and device. Select device, then click the ... button on the right. Click Add. Navigate to the .bag file you had downloaded. Select it. Click OK to close that dialog. Okay. And we can see the backup file appear in the restore plan at the bottom out here. Click OK to run the restore. That's done. Now back in the Object Explorer and under the databases folder, you'll see the AdventureWorks 2025 database. And this is a working environment for the entire course. To run our first query, let's pull some data from the persons table in this database. SSMS gives us a way to run a pre-built query against any table. Expand the AdventureWorks 2025 tree, expand tables, find the table that we want. We are after the persons table out here. Right click, choose select top 1000 rows, and SSMS writes the query for you automatically with every column from that table already listed. It's limited to 1000 rows by default. The query is run for us automatically, and we have the return data in the results window below. And that's it. You now have SQL Server Express running, SSMS connected, AdventureWorks loaded, and a live result set on your screen. That's the foundation everything else builds on. And from here, every video is about what you can do with it.